So I propose that we start the presentation with a brief description of the global search option. Okay, so what is global search? It is a powerful but easy to use search tool option of Wordbee Translator. With this tool, you will be able to search any translation of a word, phrase, or a sentence within all the resources of your Wordbee platform. So by resources, we mean your project memories, translation memories, and glossaries. You'll be able to find instantly in which resource the word appears and make on-the-fly modifications if needed without entering the actual translation memory. So the idea is really to save a lot of time with this search function. And you can also add bookmarks, labels, and properties to the segments and change their status. So we will see this in a few seconds because, well, this is the a brief description of the global search function, and I would like to show you now where to find this option once you have it, how it looks, and how you can configure it. So let's start the demo. So you can see here I am connected on my Wordbee platform as the administrator of the Wordbee platform, and on my dashboard you can see here find a translation. So this is the global search. So you can here enter a word, a phrase, or sentence, or part of a sentence. Here I'm gonna look for a specific word. And here you can select in which resources you want to search. Okay, I want to search in all my resources. Here I can select the source language and potentially a target language, or just leave all available languages here if you want to look in all the languages and click on translate. Or if you just want to open the global search option, you don't even have to enter a word here. You can simply click on translate. And here the global search opens. Okay. Enter a term and click on translate. So here Wordbee displays all the matches. Okay, so all the translation memories, glossaries in which the word technology appears. And I can see here the name of the resource. Now if I want to display the filters, well, it's easy. You can click on more options or simply double click on the sidebar. Okay, and here you see different filters. You can filter by segment status, okay, by bookmarks, but also by comments. You can filter by human translation or matches from the memory. Okay, by time also, what changes were made the last hour, etc. And also by labels. You can also filter by custom fields. Well, you know, when you create a translation memory or glossary or a project memory, you can create custom fields, okay, corresponding to metadata you can add to a translation. And here I have created in my resources two custom fields, okay, one called abbreviation and one called products. So here I can also filter by products. Okay, so I'm looking for the translation of the word technology, that appear for product A. And I click on Translate to launch the search. Okay, and there is one match. What I can do from here, I can modify the status of the segment if I want, simply by clicking here. So I can put the segment in green or red, since it has no status at the moment. What I can do if I want also is to leave a comment for this segment. So I click on the bubble and click on add, okay, and leave a comment. So for instance, are we sure of the translation of the word technology, for instance? Oh, I forgot to save, sorry. Well, and click on OK. See, now the bubble has turned orange. So if I open this translation memory, I should be able to see my comment there also. So the idea is to be able to modify the segment without entering the TM. I can also access the segment information panel by clicking on the little eye icon. So here I can see the properties of the segment, can see the name of the TM, and in the properties I can see that this translation has been assigned to product A. I can see that there is a comment, etc. Okay, it's a translation to French. I can modify the translation by clicking on the pen icon. Okay, so here I can make modifications to the source segment or the target or the translation to French, and I can also modify the properties. I can add a definition, for instance, and click on OK to save the changes. And what I can do also, well, is to leave a bookmark. As for instance, with my comment, I'm not sure of the translation, so maybe I'm gonna select a red bookmark, okay, to notify a project manager, for instance, that there is a problem, okay, so that you can easily enter the translation memory, filter by bookmark or by comment, okay, and make the necessary changes. Or if he finds out that the translation is okay, just maybe answer the comment or delete it and place a blue bookmark, for instance. Now, when it is the first time you access the option, you will see here, please click here to configure this tool. So you can simply click on the link to configure the tool, or you will find the configuration page by clicking on Settings. And if you type Global Search, you will see here the section Global Search. And click here on Configure to configure it. So here you will be able to make the list, okay, of your languages. So here for my platform, I can add German, And I will say, okay, I want the German translations to appear in orange, for instance. And I will also add Dutch. And for the Dutch, I will assign the color green. Okay, so here you need to enter all your languages and sort them so that if you have more German than Japanese, maybe display things like that, so that German appears in the top 3. Okay, you can decide to only search in certain translation memories, because right now when I use my global search, I can search in all my resources, but maybe I want this global search option to be available to clients, and I do not want them to be able to search in all my resources. So maybe I will just select here a master memory, okay, or a translation memory, and select it so that the people who will have access to my global search can only search in this specific memory. Okay, so if you want to limit the search to a specific resource, you'll be able to select it here. Okay. Now the suggestions email. Well, I may have not shown you already. I will show you when I will connect as a client, okay, to whom I will have given an access to my global search. Well, this person, I don't want this person to be able to modify a segment, okay, translation, but I want to let the possibility to the client to make a suggestion, okay. Maybe you would like to have access to his glossary and be able to leave suggestions. Okay, so here you need to enter an email to which all the suggestions will be sent. Okay, so since I am the administrator of my Wordbee platform, I want all the suggestions to be sent to me. Okay, so I have entered here my email address. Well, you can change here the image that appears when you open the global search. So you can easily click on change image and select the logo of your company. And you can also add a welcome message. And here you will see all the filters you can enable or disable. And so see if you can filter by translation status, bookmark, etc. So all the filters that we've seen previously. And you also have a filter. Well, it is more than a filter. You can, for instance, give access to your managers to define a translation supplier search box. Okay, so it's really easy, and I will show it to you. With this, you are able to select a source and target language, and Wordbee will display all the suppliers that can perform a translation from English into French, for instance. Okay, so we can enable the Find a Supplier option, and you can add reference documents to the global search. Well, reference documents can be a document where your managers will find the instructions on how to use the global search function, for instance, or any other document you want to give access your managers or linguists to have access to. And when you have configured everything, you can click here on Save. So I will show you where the Find a Supplier panels appear. So if I reach my dashboard, so I click on the home page. Here, if I click on Customize Dashboard, I can check now Find a Service. Click on OK. So it's really useful for the project managers. So I select a task, it's about translation. Okay, from French to Spanish. I click on Search. And here Wordbee displays all the suppliers that can perform that job. And I can see directly their prices. Okay. So now I've shown you how to configure the global search. And what I propose to show you is how to make it available, for example, to linguists, okay, to translators, and to clients also. So to enable this function for clients or suppliers, you need to reach the settings page of your platform and modify the access rights. And for this, you need to be the administrator of your platform. So you see here, access rights, you click on configure, and you see here external client. So if I select this profile, and if I drop down, I will see here global search. Well, I should click on edit to modify the access rights. Okay, so you see here global search. So on the default configuration, the external client can access the global search tool. They cannot search project memories, so they only be able to search translation memories and glossaries. They can submit suggestion, okay, from the global search page, and they cannot edit translation directly. And they can view the global search reference documents. So you can make modifications, okay, if you don't want them to see the reference documents, if it's only for your managers, for instance, and if you want to allow them to search in project memories, you can enable this option too. And you click here on Save. Now, if you have a specific supplier and you want to allow only him to access the global search function and make modifications, okay, to the translations, well then what you can do, again on the access rights page, is to create a specific profile that you will assign to this person. Okay, so remember that that when you make modifications to profiles, the modifications are applied to all the persons to whom you have assigned this profile. So I have modified the external client profile, and it has applied to all the clients to whom I have assigned this profile. So to all my clients, basically. So now I will create a new profile based on the external worker profile because I want to allow a specific freelance translator to make modifications in the translation memories and glossaries via the global search function. So I select external worker here. I click on OK. And I can click on edit. I can modify the profile name if I want to. And here under global search, I can say, okay, I want him to be able to search project memories. It can submit suggestion, but also modify, edit the translations directly. So basically I have enabled all the options for him. Okay, so now I can save this configuration. Okay, I click on save. And I will select this profile only for this specific freelance translator. So I reach my suppliers page. Okay. I search the freelance to whom I want to assign this profile. I click on company. Okay, manage logins. I select edit profile. And I select external worker 2. So that only this supplier can edit translations. Okay. And this is done. And to finish, I propose to connect as an external client, okay, and make a suggestion. Okay, to search for a specific word and enter my suggestion. So I now connect as my client. So here you see that my client has access to the global search and he cannot search in project memories. Okay, this option is not available. So you can click on translate, enter here a word or a sentence. Okay, so this is the result. And let's say that he wants for this translation in French, he wants here a capital letter. So what you can do is to click on the flag here to report an incorrect translation and suggest a translation. And he can leave comments, okay? He can leave his reason for requesting this change. because blah blah blah. And you can leave his name and email address and click on send. You can also apply filters by again clicking on more options or double clicking on the sidebar here. Do you have any questions regarding the global search function? Well, you are able to leave your questions through the question box, so do not hesitate. So I'm gonna say 5 minutes to wait for your questions in order to answer them. And if after 5 minutes I haven't received questions, well, we'll end this session. One thing I can mention also is you can, well, for instance, you're a client and you want to know how a word is translated, like technology, for instance. You can see that sometimes in French it is translated like this, and some other time it is translated like this. Okay, so you can easily export this results by clicking here on Export All. Okay, so you can export and Wordbee generates an Excel file. Oh. Well, is it possible to allow different TMs depending on clients? Well, actually, let me open the page. Well, I will need to connect back on the administrator. So let me show you again. So when you configure the global search, so here, if you select a specific resource, like a master memory, it will apply to all the people to whom you will have enabled the global search function. So actually, you cannot decide to display one TM for a specific client and then another TM to another one. Okay, if you select your resource, it's the only resource that will be visible to all clients, managers, etc. What you can do is to disable the possibility to search for in project memories to your clients. I hope this answers your question. View. Are there any further questions? I'm gonna wait one more minute. Well, I'm not receiving further questions, so I hope my presentation was clear. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending it. And again, if you have questions tomorrow or, any other time, do not hesitate to send them to me via email. Thank you very much. Goodbye.